Hi, welcome to the Interaxis YouTube channel and Interaxis.io. Today we're going to talk about one of our favorite companies in the blockchain space, and that's Cadence. Their website is withcadence.io. So what Cadence is a company that is helping facilitate lending, like international lending, and using blockchain technology as the administration piece, but is getting investors, and they don't have to understand or even know that they're utilizing blockchain technology. So how are they doing it, and what are they doing? So what's happening is there are certain underwriters, right? And these underwriters look for opportunities to lend money out. So they have all these companies coming to them saying, we need to borrow money. And why might they need to borrow money? They might need money for working capital. Okay, they might need to facilitate cost of goods sold. So these might be companies, for instance, that sell products on Amazon, and they've already sold their products, they've already gotten, and they know the money's coming in, but they have to ship the products out first. In order to ship the products out, they actually have to buy those products. They might not actually have them in inventory, so they need the money to buy those products, to facilitate the shipping, to pay their people, and that working capital. And it might take them 30 or 60 or 90 days to actually get paid. In that time, they need some money. So these underwriters will go find these companies and say, all right, we will lend you some money for 30, 60, 90 days based on the fact that you have money coming in here from potentially Amazon orders or something to that effect. And these underwriters are really good at finding these companies. So they might find these and lend out $1 million at a time to all these various companies. And they're good at their job. Now the problem is these underwriters, they want to open this investment up to other investors, right? Because I might want to get in there, because these investments, these loans, they might come with an interest rate of, say 15%, 10%, 15%, something like that. And why might these companies be willing to pay 10 or 15% annualized interest? Because their alternative might be putting it on a credit card at 22 or 24% interest. They're happy to pay 15%. Okay, so now this underwriter wants to open this up to other investors, because I, as an investor, might go, well, I would love to earn 15% interest, but I don't have the time to go find all these companies that have already created these Amazon orders that have money coming in, and then I lend them money. Secondly, I don't trust them enough. That's what this underwriter's done. They've kind of taken on the job of what a bank might do, but they're issuing these short-term loans for relatively high interest rates, obviously much higher than I can get at a bank or any other lending that I might want to do. So this underwriter has taken on this loan or these multiple loans, and they might loan out, say, $1 million. Well, now they have to get investors to put up the $1 million. And that might be a cumbersome process. They have to go find all the investors. They have to send them all the paperwork. They have to do all the KYC AML stuff. They have to get their money, put it in the bank. Then they have to send it off. And they have to process this, getting the money back to my bank, right back to me and my bank account. And that's such a cumbersome process that now, instead of earning 15%, I might be only earning 8%, right? And I go, well, why would I want to take on that risk? And it's this administration of all this that has taken up a lot of this delta here. They might be earning 15% and only paying me 8%. And the administration has taken on a lot of that. Same way a bank might lend out money at 10% and only pays me 0.01%, right? They've taken on a lot of that administration. They've also taken on some of the risk and liability. Okay, so enter Cadence, right? And what Cadence does is Cadence says, we will provide the platform. So we will go out and and find the investors, and we will do the KYC, AML, and the investors will send money to us. Okay, so I fill out the information, I do my KYC, AML, I sign the paperwork, and I send the money to Cadence, and they hold it, right? So my money is up here being held. And now I look at my prospects, my products, my investments that I can make, the portfolio that I can invest in, and I might choose one that's a 60-day 12% APR. It's not 12% over the 60 days, but it's 12% annualized interest, and I say I want to put my money in that one. I choose that. I read over all the information, right, because I got to make sure that I'm reading it all correctly, and I decide, okay, I'm going to put my money in here. Cadence then sends me all the paperwork that I can sign digitally, and they then take my money and invest it into this particular investment, and they keep track of everything for this particular underwriter and for me. So at the end of the 60 days, I have my, if I've invested $1,000, I have $1,000 plus basically a 2% return that I've gotten, which is roughly 12% annualized. So that's how that works. Well, how does Cadence do it? What Cadence does essentially is they use the Ethereum blockchain to keep track of everything. So they essentially have tokens in this particular investment that they're issuing, and they can keep track of all these tokens. So I might have a certain number of tokens in this particular investment, and they're tracked in basically an Ethereum wallet. Now, on the Cadence website, it doesn't really talk that much about it, but there is an opportunity for me to go look at the transactions on Etherscan, look at the wallets, and actually track what is happening. And because they're able to utilize the public blockchain, but also the privacy and transparency aspects of it, they're able to help out these underwriters and perform a lot of the administrative functions of the KYC AML, of finding the investors, of facilitating the money transfer, and they're doing so a lot of it via blockchain technology. So they're using the blockchain for the administrative purposes, they're using it for the database purposes, the transparency to keep track of it all, and that gives the underwriter the ability to offer to go out and find these companies and then offer them to investors at still very good interest rates. So again, this 15%, instead of becoming 8, it becomes 12. Well, I would love to get a 12% interest rate. And I will say I have done it over and over and over again. Again, I'm not telling you to go do it. I'm not necessarily endorsing from the perspective of I'm not giving advice. We're not giving investment advice to go do this. We're talking about Cadence because it's one of our favorite projects, because they're actually utilizing Ethereum and blockchain technology not to be a cryptocurrency, not to get people to invest in a cryptocurrency, but to get me to invest in a lending product that this underwriter has done their job to go find. They found this company that is a very good risk, very relatively low risk, that I can invest my money in, earn a very good return, and Cadence is giving all of us the ability, the platform to be able to do it in a very low cost way. So if you're a financial advisor and you're watching this might be something that you want to talk about with your clients. Because it's a way that if they have some cash sitting around that they can earn some interest on, you need to obviously check out all the paperwork and make sure it fits their risk profile and everything, but their performance has been very good even in light of what's happening in the world economy, and it might be a way that you have clients that want to earn a pretty good rate of return on money that they only have to lock up for 30 or 60 or 90 days, or they have some that are 6-month products, but short-term products, very good interest rate, and it's a way that you can, as a financial advisor, really help out your client. If you're just an investor and you have some money lying around, check it out. Again, I am not in any way saying you should do this. I'm not giving you the advice to do this, but we want to talk about it because it's a way that a company has utilized blockchain technology, the Ethereum blockchain, to create this administration, this platform to facilitate this lending for these companies who need it, these people who have money, putting them together in a way that doesn't cause a whole lot of fees and frictions. It is very easy to do. Currently, it's only available to accredited investors, so that might be a little bit of a sticking point for some people, but if you're an advisor that has accredited investors as clients, it might be something to look at. We like to talk here about other things that financial advisors or investors might want to look at beyond just the typical stocks and bonds. Of course, usually we talk about digital assets and cryptocurrency and DeFi, but again, this is a place where blockchain is being utilized to facilitate lending transactions in a way that it brings the admin cost down, and therefore passes on a lot of the growth and the gain and the interest potential to me as the investor because I'm taking the risk. Again, check out withcadence.io. We really like it. We've been talking about it for a while since we met them and started doing some of these investments. It is a really great company, a great project. We hope you will do your diligence, do your own research, and talk to the folks over at Cadence, and they'll help you out. But something to look at if you're a financial advisor for your clients, if you're an investor, an accredited investor, something you might want to look at and evaluate if it's right for you. Again, it's withcadence.io. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're a financial advisor and investor, don't forget to go to interaccess.io. We have our academies where we'll teach you as a financial advisor to be able to help your clients invest in digital assets and cryptocurrency. If you are an investor, we will teach you how to stay safe, how to allocate as part of your portfolio, how to understand the risks involved. So we're not telling you should do it. We're just telling you if you're going to, do it the right way. So come to the Interaccess Academies. Follow us on Twitter at Interaccess8, the number 8, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.